Hey, y'all, Killer Bees here. You are watching Good Day Paris.
Good afternoon and welcome to Good Day Paris. I'm Teri.
And I'm Angie.
That's right, she is. Thank you for joining us today. We really enjoy coming to you each week and would love to hear from you. If there's something you'd like us to share or discuss, or someone you'd like us to have on Good Day Paris, please send us an email or log on to gooddayparis.com and let us know what you're thinking. We're here for you and we look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, that's right. And like Teri said, I'd like to mention to go to the gooddayparis.com site to like and subscribe and to check out past episodes of Good Day Paris while you're there. Tell your friends about it and enjoy watching the past shows. There's lots of good information about things that go on in Paris and Henry County.
Sure are.
And it's very informative and a lot of fun. We've got some great music on there. So, but we want to talk about what we're going to be doing today. So we have Rachel Steedly joining us from the Henry County Chamber of Commerce and Brandon Lackey, who is going to be sharing about the world's biggest fish fry. He's with the JCs and he's the general manager. So we are looking forward to hearing all about what they both have to share with us. And we have the Holtgrewe Brothers joining us with their original songs.
Yes.
And they've played everywhere here in Henry County. Everybody knows the Holtgrewe Brothers. So, but before we get started, I wanted to share a little bit about priorities.
That's right, yes.
So,
I'm excited to see this. This is interesting.
I've never shared this illustration, but I'm sure that many of you have seen it before. And so I'm going to stand up to share this. And we have a jar here, and this jar is your life. And there are some rocks in here already just to show that there are different priorities that we all have. And I have some big rocks, I have some pebbles, I have some sand, and I have some water. Mm-hmm. So now if I were to fill this jar up with these big rocks, like I'm about to do here, mm-hmm. We have big things in our life that these big rocks represent. And I'll talk about these in a second. But we get all these big rocks in here and pretty much
major priorities, huh?
Right. These are the big priorities. And I would ask you, is this jar full? Does it look full to you?
It's pretty full.
Pretty full.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Do you think I could fit something else in there though? Possibly.
Maybe another big rock or two.
Yeah, we could probably fit another big rock or two in there, but it appears to be full. Mm-hmm. But if we put some pebbles in there, mm-hmm. we find out that we do have some more space. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to shake it down a little. Mm-hmm. And we'll get our pebbles in here.
Those are beautiful pebbles.
They are beautiful. This illustration's compliments of Teri. She came up with these wonderful items for us for tonight. So, here we go. That's right. Okay, so now, we thought it was full before, but now would you say the jar is full?
I would say that jar is pretty jam-packed full.
Okay,
right
it's
now.
pretty
Yeah.
full. I agree. All right, but let's see.
But
there's more.
A but.
But wait, there's more. So now, and I'll talk about what these represent here in just a little bit.
Okay.
We have some sand.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's beautiful.
And
Look
we're
at that.
put this sand in here. And look, the jar was full, but here is a whole bag of sand that just fit in here. A whole bag of sand.
Wow. That's
And-
interesting.
I think we have some more space still, don't you
Yeah.
think? Okay.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
It is.
So there's still more that can go in there.
There is still more.
That's
Yes.
just silly crazy. Look at that. And it is beautiful going through there.
So
Life is a
pretty.
beautiful experience.
That's right.
It does kind of look like Christmas, doesn't it?
All right. So now we would say this is
Oh,
pretty
that
full,
is
right?
totally full now.
Okay, completely full. But
You're
wait,
full.
there's more. All right.
There's more.
Just a
Oh my
little bit. Let's
goodness,
see
look
what
at
else we can fit
this.
in here.
Wow,
So even
look
though
at
the
that.
jar is completely full, we're still able to fit more in there. But, and look, okay, now I would say our life, this jar is full.
I
you
don't think you're getting anything
I don't think
else
we're getting
in there.
anything else,
Uh-uh. No, and it sure is
But
beautiful.
let me tell you, if we would have started with the water and the sand and filled it up with water and sand and then put the pebbles in there and then tried to put the big rocks on top of that, the stuff would not have fit.
No, it
would
wouldn't.
have been totally out of balance because
Right. It'd spill
everything would be
over.
spilling over
Yeah.
and it would not have worked.
Yeah.
So the big jar, the big rocks in the jar, which is our life, represent the big things that are the most important in our life, that need to go in our life first before everything else. And that would be things like your family, your partner, your faith, your health, your hopes and dreams. Those are things that you can't shove to the side, things that you can't push out of your life. But when we don't prioritize it, we do. We do push
Absolutely.
our kids grow up and they're gone and we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do what I wanted to with them. Our spouse feels neglected because we didn't prioritize them.
Right.
Our health goes downhill because we don't prioritize our health.
Right.
So our faith, we can't even get through the day mentally stable because we don't prioritize our faith in that time with the Lord to start the day. So, and that time on Sundays or that time with our small group, all that.
Yes.
So these are those rocks, those big things have to go in there first. And then the pebbles are the things that give life meaning, these that fit all around the big rocks.
They color our world, don't
They do color our world. I'm glad they're red, that they've got some color. They are like our friendships, our job, our hobbies. They're things that are still important. And they need to be in our life, but they will fit around those most important things.
Right.
They can't be first and take priority.
Right.
Surprisingly enough, even my co-director in surgery and we tell our employees, faith and family come before your job.
Yes.
It just
Yes,
has to.
they do.
So, and then the sand and water are the small things that fill in the rest of our time. And a lot of times whenever we're like finding that we don't have time for the big important things, if we'll look, we are wasting our time. And I am like raising my hand that I am one of the worst to just do things that are time wasters before I prioritize the big things. And so this is just an illustration to help us think about what is it that's stealing away our time and making it where we're not meeting our priorities.
What are some examples of time wasting? What would that look like?
Facebook.
Facebook. Bam. Yeah, if you have other suggestions, you can message us on Facebook.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
And
And Abigail has graced us with
Yeah.
her presence tonight. She's staying with us. So Yes.
So, okay, so if
Make out.
anybody else does have any other thoughts on this, they could reach out to us.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be great.
And this is another thing. This is an important part of my life, being here, doing this. But at the same time, if I have to bring my daughter with me, then I do. Because she's one of my big rocks also. So
She's a priority.
but yes, I appreciate this illustration so that it can help me remember that it's okay to fit these other little things in our lives, but I've got to put the first things first.
That's right,
yes.
absolutely. Amen to that. Well, that was wonderful. I mean, really, this was something very worthwhile. I enjoyed what you did, and I think this can speak to everybody, that we do need to prioritize in our lives and cut some of that white sand out of there. It sure does take up a lot of space real quick, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And just remember, our life is a series of choices.
It is. That's
and at the end of the day, the choices that we make are going to determine who we end up being.
Who we are.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how we live.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that, Ann.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so now we're going to have a song from the Holtgrewe Brothers. And so thank you all for being here tonight.
Yes.
Thanks for asking us.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys make some beautiful music together. We were listening to you earlier, and it's just wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And you've been all over, so we want to hear about all of that a little bit later. But what song do you have for us first?
First one, we're going to do a song I wrote about 8 years ago. Funny story, it was in February 10th, I think, yeah. And I was in South Haven, Mississippi at my mother-in-law's house, and it was actually 72 degrees February 10th. So I went outside on her front porch, and this absolutely just came over me, and I wrote this in about 15 minutes. And I don't know why, it just hit me, and all of it came to me. So it's called Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Where in the hell in Carolina? North or south, where will you be? You're leaving when? Can I call you? Turn your back on loving me. You lost your job down at the factory. It wasn't me that shut the door, but I was blamed and you're not happy. You say you can't do this no more. Don't let us cross your mind, we'll be just fine. Kids and I'll go on, gonna take some time. You finally got your wish, you surely been set free in Tennessee. Tennessee. You gave up a life with a loving family. What are the plans that we all had? Your brother and sister say you've gone crazy. What'll I tell your mom and dad? Don't let us cross your mind, we'll be alright. The kids and I still love you, take your time. Get on bended knees and pray you come back to me in Tennessee. Tennessee. Never wanted to control you or be more than you could be. Where in the hell in Carolina? North or south, where will you be?
Come back to me.
In Tennessee. Come back to me. In Tennessee.
Wonderful. Thank you
Good
so
job.
much.
Thank y'all.
Yes, that was wonderful. And we'll hear back a little bit from you guys in a little bit. But I love hearing more songs about Tennessee. Now that we live here, you know, it's like, oh, this is really cool. I really think there's more songs written about Tennessee than any other state in the United States.
You know, that would be a good thing to find out.
I know it. It just seems like, I mean, so many songs, you know, even the one by Lee Greenwood, you know, and I was
Right.
like, wow, that comes back to Tennessee. I'm like, wow, I hear that all the time. When we lived in Florida, I never heard Florida songs.
Florida songs, right.
Even though it's like a little paradise there.
Kevin,
but you
that
don't-
would be a great thing for you to investigate.
Yeah, good things to know for another time.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I would like to introduce our guest, our next guest, and her name is Rachel Steedly. And let me just read a little bit about her. Rachel has recently been appointed as the interim director for the Paris Henry County Chamber of Commerce, and she started as a volunteer for the chamber back in 2019. She moved into a part-time position before being named interim director, so congratulations to her for that. That's wonderful. And while she did not grow up in Paris, it has been home to her for over 17 years, and that's saying something. And she has a true passion and love for this community, and believe me, it shows. Through various volunteer jobs, serving on multiple boards, and being a part of the local Athenia Delphian organization, she has served Paris and Henry County with an open heart and mind to contribute to this amazing community in different ways. So Rachel is married to a Paris native, however, Adam Steedly, and together they have 3 wonderful boys, adorable boys, Harris, Andrew, and Tucker. In her spare time, she enjoys watching her boys on the baseball field and golf course and spending time with her family and friends. So welcome to Good Day Paris. It's so good to have you with us.
Here.
Thank you for having me.
So here you are now. You've moved up the ladder. You're the interim director, and that's saying a lot. You've got a very busy job. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So at the chamber, we are just, we try to serve the community through the business and through personal memberships through the chamber. But our biggest thing that we're working on right now, of course, is Tennessee River Jam. So
Yes.
that's taking up a lot of our time right now and doing the best we can.
I bet it is. It's probably overwhelming, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you got into this by doing these other volunteer services, and what made you want to be a part of this?
So I guess 2019, Cassie Weatherly was on board the chamber at the time, excuse me, and she talked me into volunteering for River Jam. So
Roped you in.
I did. She roped me in, but it quickly became something I knew that was fun and that I loved, and it was all about giving back to the community. And so it just slowly turned into a part-time job, and here I am now, full-time.
That's awesome. Well, we sure are glad to have you, and it's wonderful. You're doing a good job. We've heard.
Yes.
Appreciate
Tell us
that.
in a little bit about the River Jam.
Yeah.
Tell us what's coming up and what you're
So
working
yeah,
on.
River Jam is going to be June 1st through 4th this year. We will have the Thursday night concert like we have in previous years downtown Paris. So we'll shut the streets down, and it's a free concert. So this year we have a local musician, Nikki Bobo, that will be opening up.
yes.
So that should be really fun. She was here a couple of
Yep,
weeks
she
ago.
was just here.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great voice.
Absolutely.
Great talent.
So she'll be opening up, and we have Almost Famous, which is a band out of Memphis. They played at Eiffel Tower Park last year, and they were probably one of our #1 requested bands back from last year. So we're excited about having them back. And then we'll have Jason D. Williams as well on Thursday night.
Awesome.
So that's all a free concert. And then on Friday, June 2nd, it is a ticketed event that will be at Paris Landing State Park. That night we'll have local Johnny Mac opening up.
Oh my goodness, he's amazing.
Yeah, everybody loves Johnny Mac.
Oh, yes.
So he will be opening up at the lake for us. We'll have Drake White, which is pretty well-known country music artist, and then Chris Jansen will be playing as well on Friday night.
What a great event. This is going to be really
so
good.
we're really excited about it. Tickets are on sale now, general admission, and we have early access passes available this year. I think there's less than 100 of those left, so you can go online and Facebook. I hate to mention Facebook. I'm wasted. But you can. You can find the link on our Facebook page to purchase those tickets right now, though.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I read that you were with the Athena Delphian organization.
So yeah,
So what
Athena
is that all
Delphian
about?
is a group of women here locally that I believe, if I'm correct with my dates, been around since 1963. So we've been around a long time. But everything we do, all the proceeds we get from our fundraisers go back into the community. So actually, the next one we have coming up is a derby party, and it's going to be held on May 6th. And it's called Run for the Roses, Kentucky Derby Party. That's going to be held at Pierce Country Club this year, so that's a new event this year.
Nice.
So be sure and check that out again on Facebook. You can find information.
Hats and all.
Hats and all. Yeah. You got to dress for the whole. You got to have the attire to go along with it for sure. But all funds that are raised through that go back into high school scholarships and then community grants that are applied for through Athena Delphian. So it's a great organization that gives back to the community.
Well, and this is the first time I'm hearing about it, so I'm sure there are others that are watching that haven't heard about it before, so that's exciting.
Yes.
Something more going on. Boy, there is so much going on in Paris. So for such a little town, this place is jam-packed with things to be a part of. A lot of things to be a part of. And let's see.
You mentioned the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
The what is it called with the music during the park? Or in the park during the summer.
Oh, okay. So the city of Paris does that.
The city does. Okay.
But also associated with River Jam is on the 3rd and 4th. There will be a concert Saturday night at Eiffel Tower Park. So glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So,
good.
Yes, 3rd and 4th of June will be local venues hosting different artists. So Eiffel Tower Park is one of those venues, and then there'll be several other. And we're finalizing that schedule, and we'll be releasing that in the next week or two. So keep your eyes peeled for that. For
Yes,
sure.
And what are the different venues that you have the musicians
So far we have Breakers and Blues Landing and Dewdrop Inn are some of. The Eiffel Tower Park is another one that's going to be hosting one locally. And again, we're confirming the rest of those, so we'll get that finalized schedule out in the next week or two. So be looking for that. Yeah.
That's great, and that'll be available on Facebook as well as. Will it be in the PI or will
it? Will absolutely.
Okay.
The PI will have it, and of course you can go to our website as well. It's being shared a lot through Facebook though, and I feel like that's where easy access is.
Right, it is.
That's the main place. Yeah,
but it is a
everybody's
wasted
so
priority,
familiar.
right? Don't let it take too much of your time.
Well, what's going on just for the month of April? Like if we just want to focus 1 month at a time here.
Yes, so there is a
Because
lot.
it's overwhelming looking at the big picture, but what's going on in April?
Absolutely. So April is, I feel like, a little bit of a quiet month for the Chamber, although we are helping promote fish fry as much as we can. And Abigail's excited about fish fry. I am too, Abigail. But we get calls every day from people planning trips to come to Paris for the fish fry.
Yes,
so,
isn't that something?
although the JCs are obviously the ones that put on the fish fry and do an excellent job, we do try and get that information out to a lot of out-of-town guests because they call us every day, multiple times a day. But as far as the Chamber goes, we'll have our monthly coffee. And the next one is actually going to be held on April 18th, and that is going to be at All-Star Fence, which is off of 218 Bypass.
All-Star Fence?
Okay. Correct. It's a fencing
okay.
company that's a Chamber member,
Okay.
and our coffees are hosted at different places each month. Just depends on who is hosting that month. You can sign up to be a host of a Chamber coffee, which I will say we are filled up for the rest of this year. We've already started for next year. So,
Oh my goodness.
it's just a great opportunity for everyone to network and meet other people within the community.
And is that open to the public, or is that only for chamber members?
No, you can come. It's open to the public. Of course, we send out all of our reminders to our members and that type thing, but it is open to the public, so you can kind of see what it is to be a chamber member and network with
neat.
others. So yes, we had a great turnout I guess it was this past week actually for our chamber coffee. So we look forward to those every month.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, what are the benefits of being a chamber member?
So we get asked that a lot, obviously, and we like to say an investment in the chamber is an investment in your community. So the more that you're putting in, the more you're going to get out of it. Of course, right off the bat, we do all kinds of advertising for them, peddler ads, you get a billboard. There's those types of things that we do offer to our chamber members continuously. If it's a new business or if they just want to host an event, we will help promote it. But the biggest thing is just giving back to the community and being a part of the chamber. As you don't have to be a business, you can actually be a chamber member as an individual, and we do have individuals as chamber members as well. But it's all about being a part of this community and seeing what it has to offer and plugging yourself in places. And the chamber just happens to be one of those places you can plug in as well.
That's awesome.
Okay. And so if an individual wanted to be a member of the chamber, how do they go about doing that?
So they'll just kind of like a business, just come by the office, call us, and we'll give you an application. You'll fill it out, and we'll get you on there, and you'll automatically start getting all of our emails and all of our announcements that we have for different events. People like Fish Fry for one.
Right.
We send out all kinds of information through our Constant Contact program, which is an email database that has we send out tons of information through that each month. So just stop by or give us a call for sure.
Are there dues as individuals?
They are discounted compared to a business, but it's an individual due as well.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, are you who puts on the fun run? I'm pretty sure that...
Water fun run.
Okay.
So yes.
What's that all about? Okay.
So it's a poker water fun run, and that has been going on. I wish I could tell you off the top of my head how many years. I don't know how many years, but a long time. And I remember Jennifer Morris actually just commented on this, I think last week, but it started off as such a small event, and it's grown to so many participants. I have people calling, when is Water Fun Run? I've got to plan my vacation around it. We're coming in town.
That's awesome.
There was over 300 participants last year, and they're just out on the water in Kentucky Lake, and all the marinas are benefiting from it. It brings great economic impact to the lake area for sure that day.
Yes.
And we see a lot of out-of-town people come in for it. So it's just a fun day for everybody. And every year, I will say, has a different theme. So I will go ahead and say this year's theme is 80s rock bands. So
Oh my gosh.
Rock the Run.
Fun.
Yeah, so it should be fun. Everybody dresses in costumes, so it should be fun.
This last summer was my first time to volunteer for that, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was at Fat Daddy's.
Okay.
So
did you dress up? It was superhero.
Well, I had my tank top for the day.
The water
that they
fun
gave
run.
all of us for volunteering. So I really, since it was my first time to volunteer, I didn't quite know that you were supposed to, but this time I'll be ready.
You're on it. Okay. I'll go ahead and sign you up for volunteering.
That's right. Sign me up.
Wasn't the 80s like when all the bands were in their spandex and big hair?
Neon colors.
Yeah. Kevin will be there, our producer. He'll be there. That's going to be fun. Well, gosh, thank you so much for sharing all of this. When do you actually start your Christmas preparations and all this? I know that that's a big thing, too, for the chamber.
Sure.
Huge.
So after Tennessee River Jam, and we could breathe for a couple months, fall festivities will actually begin. But most of the Christmas activities you see are put on by Downtown Paris Association, which the chamber does work hand in hand with. So I would say November, 1st of November is when we normally have a Christmas open house. So that kind of starts all the Christmas festivities from that point forward for sure. So be on the lookout for all that because it'll be here before you know it.
It sure will. That is the truth, isn't it? My gosh, time flies.
And when we were talking before we got started, you mentioned the board, that there's a board that supports you and
the
helps
chamber
you.
board,
The chamber
absolutely.
board. who makes up the chamber
Yes,
board?
so we have a board. We'll consist of about 24 people currently. So Ivy McWhirter, or excuse me, Ivy Dye, let me correct myself. Ivy Dye and I are the only two at the chamber right now. So our board has been super supportive, and we're very, very thankful for that, because we couldn't do it without them, and they're helping us with the preparations of River Jam, and I guarantee they'll be hands on deck for River Jam week for
Good.
us. So
That's awesome. Good to
yeah,
hear. That's
and
a
not only
healthy
our board,
24 people.
it is very, and we've got a lot of city and county support as well. So that is how we're going to do it all, because two of us couldn't do it by ourselves.
No, ma'am.
No, that would be
That's
overwhelming for sure. Absolutely. And for people to get in touch with you, the best place to find you would be Facebook?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always find us on there.
Social media.
Social media. It's taken over, right?
It has, hasn't it? Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do it there, but you can also call us at the office. So our phone number, I will spit that out real quick, is 642-3431. So you can definitely reach us there. And then we have ParisTNChamber.com is our website. And then through there, you can go to the River Jam website, and other DPA also has some information on there too. So we try and just get all kinds of community events through that page shared. So
It's Paris T or TEA?
it's TN.
Oh, TN. I'm sorry. I thought
uh-huh.
you said TA. Okay. All right. So it's Paris TN
Chamber.com.
Okay, good, great, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was very informative.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share about your job, day-to-day?
Oh, I mean, activities are taken over, obviously. I did want to mention the leadership. Also, another thing the chamber does that I have failed to mention is we have a leadership class. So every year it's a different group that comes in. And currently we have a great group in there, and they've already done one fundraiser that was held at the fairgrounds, and they raised enough for AEDs. They were wanting to put their goal was to have one at the fairgrounds, because there is not one, but I believe they raised enough to purchase 4 for Henry County.
Wow.
So that was one group that did that. The second group now is working on what's called For the Love of Paws event. And that's actually April 15th, and that's going to be held at AP Dog Park. So they're doing a dog food drive and an adoption day. And there's a lot more information that you can find on our Facebook page about that event. But I do want to mention them because they're doing some wonderful things. Not only those 2 events, but they do have a third group that is in our schools reading to children. So they are doing some great things within our community. And that's what leadership class is all about, is just, I guess you could say, teaching leaders what all there is to do in Henry County. So we've got some great leaders in this group.
And how do people become a part of the leadership class?
Sure. So we'll start sending out information in the fall about that for next year's class, and it is an application process.
Okay.
So just be on the lookout. It is available on the website. You can find some information there, but we have some great students that have come out of that program and are just leaders in this community, and so it's a great program that the Chamber has done for years.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the chamber is really knee deep in everything.
That's right.
Got their little hands going in all different directions. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on today and being a part of our Good Day Paris show.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
Yeah, just stick around. We'll be doing a little bit more in a minute. But we do want to hear again from the Holtgrewe Brothers for their second song. And I don't know what the name of it is, but you can share it with us up front. And
This isn't about Tennessee, but it's about everything.
okay.
Our planet. I'll let Dave tell the story, but he wrote this about 2015, I think.
Yeah, I think 2015.
I'll let him tell you.
I do a lot of hiking, a lot of camping, a bit out in the woods a lot. And, you know, when you're out there by yourself, you're doing a little solo hike or camping overnight. And, you know, you kind of think about things. And I sit in the woods and I wonder, you know, who else sat in these same woods 200 years ago, you know, and you think, you know, during the Industrial Revolution, how we did a lot of pollution of the United States and the world, really, and how in recent last 20, 30 years, how we're trying to clean it up. And, you know, it just kind of inspired me to put some words down, and it became this. So I'll let Paul kick it off.
It's called Wash Away the Sins. Oh, I have seen the light of day, like the flower in the sun. I fight like hell to breathe the air, and I guess you wonder why. I guess you wonder why. I know the reasons for your dreams and the things that make you smile. Flowing waters, none to drink, and it makes you fear the night. It makes you fear the night. Lord, help us, Mother Earth. Heal her from her pain and hurt. Her tears she cries from the clouds won't wash away our sins. Won't wash away our sins. The angels sing their lovely tune. The white dove, she sings alone. Darkened clouds, they gather now, and the thunder rumbles on. The thunder rumbles on. Dust to dust, the good book says, and we've thrown it to the wind. Pray that she forgives us all, or you may see the end. No, you will see the end. Good Lord, help our Mother Earth. Heal her from her pain and hurt. Her tears she cries from the clouds won't wash away our sins. Won't wash away our sins. Won't wash away our sins. Okay, thank you.
Oh my goodness, you guys are really amazing. I love your voices together. You know,
Yeah, that
brothers,
was a
it
great
kind of
song.
jives. You got that same kind of tone and all. It's really beautiful. Thank you,
You'd
and we'll
think
be
y'all were
back with
brothers
you.
or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes, people accuse us of that.
And we want to hear your next song too. But right now,
Yes. We are excited to have Brandon Lackey with us,
yes, we are.
the general manager of the
Yes,
world's
ma'am.
biggest fish fry,
Yes,
and the president of the JCs. You're wearing a whole lot of hats right
Yeah.
now,
Yes,
aren't
ma'am,
you?
and it's a big hat.
Yeah, it is a big hat. That's like the thing in Henry County.
Yes, ma'am.
People come home for this, for
Yes.
the fish fry. It is. It's
Yeah,
a big
this is
deal.
their,
Yeah.
you know, this is what they do. They come here to stay here in Paris and be a part of this amazing fish fry.
Right.
This
yes.
is their vacation time set
Yeah.
aside.
Yes, ma'am.
This is really something. Well, tell us all about it.
Yeah. Tell us about who you are.
So my name is Brandon Lackey. I am the owner of Lackey's Repair Shop. I
Okay.
opened my own shop about 2 years ago.
Oh,
It has really took
congratulations.
off. I've been blessed. A lot of the community service and stuff I've done has come into play with that. But this year I got the pleasure of being general manager. And it is a lot of phone calls, but it's for a really good cause. We essentially take a whole week of our life, put it to the side, and we go out there and we do lots of different events throughout the week for our community.
Yes.
And we try to draw in as many people as we can and get everybody in there. And we are the world's largest fish fry. Last year we fried over 20,000 pounds of catfish.
Oh, my goodness.
That's amazing.
That is
Wow.
good fish, though. It
Yes,
was
ma'am.
good. I was there. It's worth the trip for everybody.
Yes.
It's amazing.
How long have you been involved with the JCs?
I have
before this?
actually been a JC for 9 years.
9 years.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. 9 years. I started out, I had some friends that joined the year before me, and they just bugged me until I joined. And
Yeah.
so then I volunteered and been going ever since.
All right. And now last year, was Monty Starks last year the general manager, or?
No, he is, last year was Jordan Holland for the general manager.
Okay.
Monty Starks is still very active. He is
Okay.
actually the chairperson for the rodeo.
Is he? Okay.
And I'm the second chair. One of these days I'm going to take that place.
You'll
but
take that, yeah. Just
He,
not
he-
yet. Okay.
He's actually my role model. He's the one I look up to, so.
Right, right. Exactly. All right. So then, what different activities, since you've been doing the JCs, being apart for 9 years, what different activities have you kind of headed up for the fish fry in the past?
Well, I have done, of course, I'm on the rodeo committee because I've been on that for the last 5 years. I have done the street dance before, which is where we go and we shut down. That's our sort of our kickoff type deal for the beginning of the week. We'll go in there and we'll shut down the court square, and we have a local band that comes out and we play. It's free. That's how we sort of start our week out for fish fry.
Oh, that's
I've
awesome.
done it. I've done the country dance, which is generally on that Tuesday, and I have chaired it probably 3 years, and then I've helped every other year besides that. But we always have a good band. It's the longest one. It's from 7 to 10 instead of 7 to 9, which is most of our concerts. But that has been a good pleasure of mine. I have helped do concessions at every single one. I have done everything that you can think of as far as taking tickets, selling tickets, taking money, moving people around, driving the tractor during the rodeo.
Yeah.
You name it, I've done it.
Have you been a part of the parade before you were ever a JC? Did you ever
Yes,
get
I
involved?
was when I was in band when I was young.
Okay.
And so I'd actually marched down the parade route when I was in band. So I got to do
Goodness.
that. And then I've been on a couple floats and stuff for Boy Scouts and other things that I did when I was younger. So
Yeah.
it's a come around. To me, it's really special for me being general manager because, this is a short list. There's only been 70 fish fries.
Yeah.
And a couple of people has done it more than once. So, there's a number that's smaller than 70 of people that's done it
Right.
ever. And so it's a pretty big honor to have my name on there with those other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
that's
a Henry County
awesome.
graduate?
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
graduated in 04.
Oh, 4. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So tell us about being in the parade. How do you, if you are not part of the royalty, or if you're not in the band, or whatever, how do you sign up and have a float and do all that kind of stuff?
Well, on our Facebook page, the official World's Biggest Fish Fry, there is forms on there that you can fill out. Anybody that wants to put a float in there, as long as it's not an ATV or some other, there's a couple other guidelines, but it has to be in like an actual vehicle or something.
Yeah.
Then you can do your form, fill it out, and we can put you inside the line for the parade. So we have a lot of people that do horses. We usually have those at the back for certain reasons, but
Right.
we do have the horses. We've had people put tow trucks in. We've had people put cars in. We've had all kinds of hot rods. People, they build floats. We've had really fancy ones and we've had really plain ones. So it's
Right.
whatever. We enjoy any of them coming out. We liked having the bands out.
Yeah.
That's what draws attention is the bands and the loud stuff. And
Yes.
We're going to have to
And
get a
there's,
float.
yes, there's the marching bands, and then there's people that just, as a band, set up on a float and
Yeah.
play
Yes, ma'am.
and sing while they
Yes,
go
ma'am.
down the parade route.
And
So-
you'll be able to get those forms April 1st at our grand opening. We will have any form you need for any event. Will be at our headquarters.
On our chamber page too.
Yes.
So
Oh, there
April
you go.
1st.
Yes, ma'am. April 1st.
Saturday.
Yes, it is
April
Saturday.
1st.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's
All right.
this Saturday, April 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes.
And where again?
It
now?
is 401 Tyson. It is the old behavioral medicine building. That's where our headquarters is this year. It's right on the main strip, so it's be easy.
Okay.
We got Abbott's is coming out and putting some signs out, so we'll be able to see it.
Okay.
You should be able to be visible. We're not hidden in a corner or anything, so we should be able to be seen pretty good this year.
Good.
Is there a deadline for getting involved with the float and all?
The deadline is on the forums, but I do
Oh, okay.
believe it is the third week of April. I think is the beginning of
Okay.
that's a deadline.
All right.
Yeah, I can't even believe it. So the fish fry is always the last full week in April,
Last full
correct?
week, you have to make sure that it has the full week. See, last year was an in-between year, and people was threw off because the way it ended, but the Saturday was still in April, so therefore
Right.
it was done like that. It is always the last full week, so if you go from Sunday to Saturday, it has to be that full week on the calendar.
Yeah. So it is close.
Yes.
I mean, April, Saturday,
Yes.
and then, woo,
Yes.
it's going to be here in
Yes,
no
ma'am.
time. Wow.
Good grief.
So what is your favorite part then of the fish fry?
Of the fish fry?
Uh-huh.
Well, I tell you what, most people probably think I'm crazy, but if you go to the fish tent, that is where you'll get sort of the fellowship with other people in your community. Because if you're standing in line, most people, even though it's a really long line, people don't complain that much because you're sitting there and you'll see people you ain't seen in years, and you can have a conversation with all these other people from different places. And I've done every single place out there, but that right there is one of the really neat things is when you can go into the fish tent and
Meet your peeps.
Yes, meet all the people.
Yeah, I agree. And volunteering, serving
Yes,
fish is one of the
yes.
best. That is so much fun.
Yes, I have worked. The cash register is a little crazy because there's so many people coming through there. You have to be really quick with money, but
Right.
But as far as just being out there, I like giving back anytime for the community. But as far as being out there for that, it really is a big undertaking for everybody that's involved.
Yes, yes, it is. And then, so there's the rodeo, there's the carnival, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All
There is a
right.
carnival. We're going to have prime time as our carnival. It's the same one we had last year. It's got a
Okay.
good mix of small rides, a good mix of big rides.
Right.
So we tried to find one. We've had a few years where they wasn't quite where we wanted them, but this one that was there last year, I think, was a really good one. So
Yeah.
they're coming back this year. We have a derby, of course, on the Saturday. It's be the 22nd. Our derby is it's always a big draw. We have had so many people in there. We've been shut down by the fire marshal.
Oh my
And you think
goodness.
about that being outside. How do you get shut down? But it's because it's in a fenced-in area.
Oh, right.
But we have been shut down before because we've had so many people there. It is always a big draw.
Yes.
That's a good problem to have.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is. It is a great problem. And then we always have good concessions and everything for that. And the kickoff dance starts that week, but the Saturday before we actually have a hush puppy dash, which is a 5K.
Oh, right, the hush puppy dash.
That right there will be at the fairgrounds. Sign-in starts at 7. We start super early. All our Hostess Princess girls, which will be following me around all week, they will be dog tired by the end of the
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Yes, they will.
Because they have to go to every single event.
Oh,
So
my
they will be there
goodness.
from 7 o'clock, and they'll be handing out stuff throughout the race. And then after the race, though, we actually have a car show that's starting, and we're allowing people to start getting there at 8. It's going to be at the K-Pack.
Okay.
So we're going to have that. We have bathrooms and everything there. There will be some awards and trophies given out that we've had some people donate their time to help make. That right there, I think the trophy's going to be given out at 1. And then directly right after that is the Derby. So the gates, I think, open at 5 o'clock. And then by the time the Derby starts at 7, it is going to be jam-packed.
Yes, yes, it will. That's right. And then are you going to have the parade for the kids around the court square this year?
Yes, ma'am. That will be on the Saturday right after the Grand Parade.
Okay.
So it'll be on the 29th, which is our last day of events. We will have the kids will have their parade. So we'll go out there, and it's really neat. Last year we started allowing Power Wheels. They cannot be modified because we don't want nobody going crazy with the cars
Right.
out there. But we did allow that so that way they can do a little float and they can pull something with it, and it just gives them
how
another ability to be out there and some other kind of platform to build off of. Because used to they was just all pulled by hand.
Right.
But it looks cute when you got somebody that builds one and has a little float behind it.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
so we're trying to give them a little bit more creativity inside of that. Of course, we don't actually do it, but the catfish races will be at the court square too that day.
Wow.
And then this year we are actually joining with the boxing program in Paris.
Oh, great.
And they are going to be on our list, and that will be downtown. It will be inside the books whenever they do get released. Everybody else starts saying that, but they come to us and it's like, hey, we'd really like to, to get out there and do this free event for the community and everything. And we was like, well, we think that's great. So anything we can get, anything you can do to get youth involved in anything is awesome.
Right.
That is awesome.
And so when they do that, do you know, is it going to be the youth portion, or is it going to be, I know that people with Parkinson's have been.
This will be the youth one.
The youth,
is
okay,
the one that
gotcha.
Derek Moon and them do over there at the glass shop over there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So
And
then after that, because we got a full schedule of events, like
boy.
the whole week is just
This
like
is
bam,
something.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
But after that, of course, we'll still have the fish tent will be going all day that day. It starts at 11, goes until people quit coming in the door. We say we have a cutoff time, but as long as there's a line, we're going to keep serving.
Yeah.
The carnival will be there, and of course that is rodeo day too, because we have a rodeo on Friday and Saturday.
Yes. And I meant to ask also about the kiddie parade. What are the ages for entry into that?
I do not have that right off the top of my head because the person who does that, I know that I think it's first grade and back, but I'd have to check to be sure 100%.
Okay, all right.
But all that is on the forms, and you can
Good,
find out
good.
at the headquarters. We have somebody, because we have so many volunteers and everything, that we have some people that's going to be there, and sometimes it'll be some volunteers, some people it's people that we pay to be there, because like she said whenever she was talking about the chamber, it is phone calls all day long.
Right. So, and then are you still having the fishing rodeo this year?
Yes, ma'am. We are having the fishing rodeo too.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually on that Saturday too.
That is
yeah.
crazy.
It is a
Jam-packed full.
It is jam-packed.
You got to kind of pick your events on Saturday. You can't just do
Yes.
it all.
Well, you can, but it's an all-day event.
back.
It's both Saturdays. The first Saturday and the last one is both nonstop from the beginning, early in the morning, all the way out. Of course, now I don't know if y'all have ever been to the fishing rodeo. It is really cool to see all these little kids out here with trying to catch fish, and they'll run up. Some of them run. I mean, like just fast again with a bucket with a fish in it. But they do well. Them we actually have TWRA come in and stock the pond like the night or the couple nights before, so that way we want every kid to be able to catch fish.
Yes.
And so
And you're expecting a stellar turnout this year as well, correct?
we always expect to sell it.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying it. Fish fry has gotten to the point now to where we know we're going to have a lot of people.
Yes.
The only thing we don't know is if it's going to rain.
I know.
And because the community loves it, like we know we're still going to have people show up even if it rains.
Yes. Well, the
Now-
April showers do bring May flowers, so we
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that's going to happen. Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
as
Tennessee
long as
is
it doesn't do it
unpredictable.
during the parade,
Yeah.
I'm tickled. Because if y'all have ever built a float, if you have petal paper or any kind of paper on there, it is terrible to get wet.
Oh,
It is.
I know it. I know it. Oh my goodness. Well, that's something to take into consideration. And if it does rain, it doesn't get postponed to the next
No,
day.
ma'am.
It's just is what it is,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's pray no rain.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So is there anything else then that we need to know about the fish fry? Or?
Well, like most people, anybody that's from Paris knows about the fish fry. There is a few neat little things about it that a lot of people do not know. We have actually been a question on Jeopardy. The world's biggest fish fry is
Really?
That's
yes.
really impressive.
We was actually an answer on Trivial Pursuit before.
Wow.
So we have really reached out there. I just went to a national conference for JCs, and all these people were like, this year Pepsi put us on their can again, which they have done numerous times throughout the years. But when
That's
I
impressive.
was talking about our event, all these other people that do events in their towns, there's like, so Pepsi put down there, y'all must be legit. And I was like, well, we've been doing it a long time, and we've been really blessed with our community. And
We're
so
very legit.
Right.
I actually got to go see our cans being made and filled and everything else. Ricky Price carried us up there, and it was
Delivered one to us today.
Oh,
pretty
that's
impressive.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Y'all have to post a picture. Have you posted a picture of that on
I actually
Facebook?
haven't. We need to do
Okay,
that.
yeah,
That
that
on
would be
that Facebook
great.
page.
That's
There-
right.
there is 3 million cans that they did for us, and
Oh,
of course they
wow.
didn't charge us anything. It's they just done it for us because we partner with them. We we use Pepsi throughout our whole week of events, and so we've
Well,
been
it
doing that
is
for a
the
long
best.
time. And so they deliver those cans into 5 different states, so that gets our name out of the 5 different states other than just the local Tennessee.
Yeah, that
No
is
wonder
great.
why
That
we're
is,
so
I
busy.
had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only problem that we ever have, and anybody that wants to come join, they are more than welcome. Because it is a nonprofit. You donate your time. We do not get paid for going out there, but we do enjoy it. That's sort of our payment. Our kids are out there. All these kids think the carnival's all great until they're there every day, and then they're like, "I just want to go home." But it does have its perks, and we love to see other people get active in the community. Like she had said that she'd started out, volunteering, and so that is what we want other people to do. We are looking for anybody that wants to get into the community and get involved. We'd be more than happy to show them.
Right.
Because it
In
is
the fish fry events or the JCs?
both.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
either or, right?
We could use any help. It's pretty much with any big event, you run out of help really quick.
Yeah.
And so
boy,
with
that's so
that
true.
that being that many events for a whole week, because see, we have arts and crafts during the week too.
Right.
And so after on Wednesday we have a Christian dance, but Wednesday is also the first day of the fish tent, and it's carnival going on because carnival starts on Tuesday during the country dance. So that we have nonstop every single day. The only day we're taking sort of a break is Thursday, because we tried doing a little concert last year. It's hard to get a good name when you got a big chance of rain.
Right.
And so it's really hard to do that. So we've actually been looking into that. We haven't figured out how to do it yet. We're hoping to one day get maybe something good going there, but this year we didn't have time. So, but we are looking for that, because we used to do a 3-night family rodeo, but getting contestants in for 3 nights in a row is pretty hard these days, because they want to jump around to the big money nights.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And there's a couple other rodeos that are going on around the same time. So us to get that draw is what we was doing. So the Friday and Saturday night we always still do really good. And so we Thursday's a little bit of a break, but of course carnival's still going, arts and crafts is going, fish tent's going. So there's still plenty to do.
Yes, yes. So if somebody wants to be a part of the JCs, how do they?
If you find a JC or anyone that's working, you talk to them and they will get you an application.
All right. How many JCs are there currently?
Well, we have quite a few lifetime members, but I think at the last meeting we have about 40 people there.
Okay.
And some of them are older, and they only come out during times that we need them, which is a blessing for them to come out for that, because they don't have to. But we on average we usually have 20 to 25 members, which for a civic organization that does everything, it's actually still pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Well, you're going to need a vacation after your week of vacation. That's right. That is for sure. Maybe 2 after all you're going to be involved in and all you're going to be doing. So all your information will be on those sheets that'll come out April 1st.
Yes, and the books will be there too. Of course,
And the
everybody knows
books.
about our fish fry books.
Okay.
And you'll find them at local businesses everywhere in town. Anybody that does a ad inside of our books will get a certain amount of books, and we bring them out. And anybody that needs more, we'll bring them out to them too. So of course, we have a lot of help. The chamber, they field a lot of questions for us, because we're all volunteers, and so they field a lot of questions for us. And of course, I'm sure they'll have some books up there, I do believe. But any business just about in town will have some books, and you can go through there and it'll have everything in there. It'll have every person. It has our hostess, princess, all our court. There'll be bios in there of everybody. There's a letter from the mayor.
It's like a proceedings almost. It's just a complete proceedings. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, and it's a pretty good sized deal. Like I'm blessed. This is the second year I get to go to the Capitol with the girls, because last year I was assistant general manager, so that I went with them last year. So we get to go and we get to be on the floor this year, and they're going to get a proclamation with their name on it, and it'll have the world's biggest fish fry and everything, and it has their names.
Wonderful.
And so it's a big experience for them and for me, and anybody that wants to be a part of that, I'd be more than happy for them to come.
Oh,
All
isn't
right.
that nice? Yeah, and tell us again, give us the address and where you're going to be, in case somebody's just now turning off
It's
for the kickoff.
it is 401 Tyson Avenue. It is the old behavioral medicine building. It's right beside Twin Lakes Dental.
Twin Lakes, next to Twin Lakes Dental. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that'll be helpful. And
And it's at what time on
It
April
is at
1st?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Okay.
10 o'clock sharp. And of course, that's when we will unveil our Grand Marshal and we will say who the book dedication was to.
Oh, that's
Oh,
exciting. That's
wonderful.
right. Thank you for bringing
That's
that up.
great.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
yes. Yes, we'll definitely be there. And we're really thinking about getting into that parade.
We've talked about it.
Yes, it is fun. It is fun. But
We got to get that, get that.
The beauty queen way?
You're driving
right.
by, like the queen.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. This has been really, really great. And I can't wait for it, actually, because that fish is so good.
It is.
The whole plate is really just amazing. I mean, not
we
just
have
the fish.
we have actually really we're charged $15 a plate for all you can eat. That is really, really cheap if you get down to it, because a lot of places, like, you'll go, this includes your drink, your fries, your beans, and your slaw
Right.
with the fish, and it's all you can eat. So most of the places around town, and it's because of the fish and everything is so high, like, you're going to spend $14 just for
Sure.
your fish stuff without the drink.
glad
You add the
that.
drink, you're going to be over that. So
Right.
we're trying to
Gladly.
we're trying to keep it family friendly, and we've really tried to keep our prices down, because last year was a pretty bad year for fish, because fish was really, really high.
Oh,
so
really?
so
Oh.
this year it's went down a little bit, but now potatoes are high.
Oh,
So
Lord. So it's always something.
It always goes around something. But they we have two different kinds of slaw in case some people don't like one. We have another.
Yeah, the mayonnaise and the vinegar, correct?
Yes, the vinegar. The vinegar is a special blend that our fish tent people put together, and
That's right.
has
I
been
heard
going.
all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unique to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
to the fish
Yes, ma'am.
fry.
And those hush puppies.
Yeah, we have some people every year that come, and I do believe, I hope nobody shoots me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it's the Masons that do the hush puppies for us. They've been doing it for a very long time.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful? Gosh, everybody gets involved in
Yes.
this.
Yeah, we have so many groups. The chamber actually helps us a lot of times with people that's serving. They get it organized for us, and so that helps us take a load from that, because every single one of these events is a large event in itself.
Right.
And so a little bit of help, we really lean on the community, and so they
Got that
help
schedule
us.
full for you. So
Are you going to be serving, Rachel?
I am.
Oh,
I think it's
good.
Friday night, 5 to 7. We'll be serving. But
Oh, that's great.
And this year, we done it last year. It was actually a typo on our book. We started serving fish early on Thursday, and because it done so well and so many people got in, we actually decided to do it again this year.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
great.
So it will actually start at 11 instead of
are you having
4.
white beans this year?
Yes.
We had a
All
call from
right.
Ohio. The lady was coming just for the white beans, so I wanted to
Yes,
make sure.
yes,
I'm
yes,
telling
we
you,
are.
the calls come from all
Yes,
over.
they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
I'm like
it's all-
people. I've met people from all over when I've done some traveling, and these people are like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of the fish fry." I'm like, "Y'all heard of the fish fry up here?" And they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is
It's the world's
famous.
biggest. I mean.
Yeah.
It is famous.
So you have room for us to serve,
Yeah.
Terry and Angie? We can. get
She
there.
is
We can
actually
cook.
over the server, but I'm
Oh,
sure
hey.
we
Okay.
can
Touch
we
with
can
her.
find y'all a
can
spot.
find a spot,
I
for
promise
sure.
you.
Yeah, actually, last year I showed up to serve with the hospital, and it's awesome. So many
It's
people
fun. Yeah.
showed up
much
to serve
fun.
that
Yes.
it was hard to find
Oh
a
my
place
gosh.
to put us
It
because
was.
there was a bunch
And
of
let
us.
me tell you, people are serious about their spot for serving because they
Yes.
enjoy it so much.
Well, see, they get to see everybody, like,
Just
'cause-
like he said, you get to see everybody and get to, just be with everybody in the community. It's a
They're
fun
fighting
deal.
over the spoons to serve, huh?
Truly.
Me and Angie will go
Hey,
after it.
anything with fish fry, it's like it's like an honor to get out there and
Sure
be
it
able to
is.
do that,
Absolutely.
because you know it's a big thing for our community, because we draw in, I don't know how many people that we used to keep up with it, but we used to draw in so many extra people into the community that it's not really here during normal time. And so like I think at the parade we usually have like 10,000 people at the parade. So I mean, if you think about that many people lined up and down the street, it's a big deal.
Yes.
Yes, it is, and it's a good thing we've got a new hotel in town too. That thing's going to be
It's
packed
already
out.
booked.
We're gonna, it's already booked.
Every
Wow.
hotel,
Yeah, every
if,
hotel
if you
is
do
booked.
not book,
Wow.
I think it's 6 months in advance for the fish fry.
Oh, my goodness.
You will not have a hotel
Wow.
room.
You better bring
And
your
that includes-
camper,
That's
tent.
That's
impressive.
not just Paris.
Maybe we should rent a room.
Yeah, there's surrounding counties too.
That-
But hey, I do have a lady that came and dropped off her room. They're renting rooms out at houses now because the
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that is
Seriously.
that is not just Paris. That is
All over, huh?
That is if you go to Camden, they're still booked at Fish Fry Week. You go to McKenzie,
It's a big deal.
they are still booked up. Like Dover is booked. Like every county around us gets affected by this too because people come.
Isn't that beautiful?
They want to come to Fish Fry, and I think Paris people don't appreciate it as much as what they could because we see it. Like we don't realize how big an undertaking it is. Right. And so when I go to these other places and I talk to them about their stuff, I was like, y'all don't have a parade? And I was like, no. I was like, well we've always had a parade.
That's right.
But it is because our community is out of everywhere I've been. Everybody that I've talked to says that Paris is a really giving community.
It is.
And they come out of the
It
woodwork.
is.
They come out of the
I
woodwork
agree.
to help.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for being
Yes,
here and
thank
sharing
you.
all this about the fish fry.
Yes, ma'am.
Getting this kicked off because it is coming soon, isn't
Yes,
it?
it
It's
is.
gonna be
It is.
here quickly. Yeah. All right. Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
stay right here with us, and we are going to hear another song from the Holtgrewe Brothers. So, what do you have for us next?
We've got a song. This is from actually these are from my friends in Sweden.
Oh.
And I got to know them really well through a translator because they have a different word for everything, and I can't understand any of them. So, but they're called the Harmony Aviators. Harmony Aviators, yeah. And you can look them up on Facebook or whatever. And they're a good couple, and they do good harmony. And they did this song. It's called Sunset and Stars, and I traded them this song for a couple of mine. The Tennessee song I did first, and another one. And
These are all original songs.
yeah.
Too, huh?
Impressive.
So this is called Sunset and Stars.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a darkness here, you can't make it disappear. The black tree is all you see in the land that used to be pretty. You say there's a void in your heart, as real as the sunset and stars. Sunset and stars. Everything you ever asked for is right here outside your door. But so damn hard to explore. When you're tired to the core, you say there's a void in your heart. It's as real as the sunset and stars. Sunset and stars. When the morning comes, when the ghosts are gone, 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 still there is a ghost in your heart. It's as real as the sunset and stars. Sunset and stars.
That's just wonderful. You know, Angie, we have so much talent here in Paris.
Yes, we do.
Talking
yes.
about, people that are giving, but I mean, really, we have so much talent here. I think we're kind of like a Nashville West, actually.
We are.
We are.
Yeah.
So where have you guys played before? I know I've seen you in a couple places
Well,
locally.
you want the beginning or?
Well, I mean,
We started in 77, 78, somewhere in there with a
oh my
band
goodness.
called Eagle Creek Band, and we got what just kind of grew and grew and grew, made some good friends in the music business, and actually played with Bill Monroe in a couple of his shows, and he invited us to Nashville. We played for Summer Lights, and then played at the Nashville Speedway in front of about 10,000 people. That was
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
We played at Huntington Civic Center with him
Yeah,
one time.
yeah,
I was lucky enough. We played at Dollywood, which was Silver Dollar City at the time, and they asked me to play bass for this young lady doing a fiddle contest, and come to find out it was Alison Krauss.
Oh my
So that
goodness.
was pretty cool, and I didn't know that till
Alison
several years
Krauss.
later, But we've had a lot of opportunity.
We played a lot of contests in the day, and the Eagle Creek Band always beat Alison Krauss.
Yeah.
We
Well,
never lost to her. But anyway, at the Speedway that time, we played just before Jim and Jesse McReynolds, who was a real top bluegrass band, and just before Alison Krauss and Union Station. So we hit it big. We was in Billboard magazine, and a big deal.
Oh, that is a very
But,
big deal.
We never got famous, but we knew a lot of famous people at the time. But, all that's under the water under the bridge now.
Well, you're famous with us. Yeah, you're famous with us.
Yeah. And this is the bluegrass tune I wrote back in, it was late 70s, 78, 79, I think. And it was just something I threw together real quick. It's about a guy in prison, and he's going to get out, and the warden lets him go, and he goes home, and he's got a woman at home, and he's got a baby he hadn't even seen. That was me.
I don't think so.
And in fact, I did this with Brian McAdams at one of the festivities here a few years back, and it's on YouTube, and it's a kind of a hit. So, but thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Now, you guys-
he's the third Holtgrewe brother. If you didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
He'll enjoy that. This one's called Halo.
Okay.
The sun goes down as the north wind blows, wanna make it home by 9. Hoping I can miss the snow, gotta see that yellow mine. And the clouds all form one halo, guarding all God's land below. I'm putting all my past behind me. He's heard my prayers, just got to let her know. My gal and me, we got new seeds to sow. I worked 6 months in a Texas prison, making sand out of granite stone. Many a time I thought my life was over, till the warden said go home. So I packed my bag by midnight, a free man by early morn. I headed straight back to my darling, to try to mend the heart that I had torn. I was locked up when my baby boy was born. As I think of all those bitter chapters in the pages of my mind, I knew that I could write one better when I'd finally done my time. And my mind spins like a cyclone, turning all my thoughts to one. A lonely girl waits by a window, her golden hair shining brightly in the sun. I never leave again, even when my days are done. I'm just a mile from home, I see the old house glows running in the pale moonlight. I count my blessings with a tear in my eye, and I thank God for the right to see the clouds all form one halo, guarding all God's land below. just behind me. He's heard my prayers, just got to let her know. My gal and me, we got to cease to sow. Now watch the clouds all form one hand low. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Where can we see you currently playing? Are you both playing somewhere locally?
We play whenever anybody wants us to play. We play a couple churches here and there, nursing homes. We played Foreman's.
Civic Center too, I've heard, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, also, you're known as the West Tennessee Pickers and Musicians on Facebook, so you also have a Facebook page, and if people want to reach out to you, Paul, they can.
They can.
And you're both on that page, correct?
I think it's a new page now, so
Okay.
Dave's probably not on it yet, but I am.
Okay.
I'm an administrator, so just come on, and anybody can join. Just come on and sign up, and we'll do it.
Okay, great.
Where to be and what time.
That's right.
There you go.
And people can get together and pick with you at the Civic Center.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, anytime. We love Kevin.
Well, maybe I'll come and sing.
No, we're good.
You know. Well,
said
thank
no, we're
you
good.
so much for being here, and I just want to say thank you to all of our guests as well for being here.
So it has been a good night.
Oh, it's been a great
Yeah.
night, and thank you so much for doing the priorities
Yes.
demonstration that you did, because it really does speak volumes. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it has been around for a while, but it still is so applicable today. I
Right.
mean, you know, it was
Absolutely.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you all, like she said, for being here.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
We are looking forward to our first week in April, the show
That's
that we'll
right.
have next week. So
right.
everybody stay tuned and join us again on Good Day Paris. And everybody have a good day, Paris.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.